everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to the 250th episode of Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom for this upcoming week of March 1st through March the 7th, 2026. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. This is the sequel to my other #1 Amazon International bestseller, One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness. And let's not forget my book for children of all ages, Angels of Faith, about how we are divine and eternal and we do not die. All of these books can be found on Amazon. The 2 novels are in print and in ebook form on Kindle. They're also available as audiobooks for those who love to listen to books. For more information on my services through my business, Angel Healing House, or on the books or my services, all of those things can be found at my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. I'd like to thank everyone who has become part of my Substack community. I am so grateful. You've either hopped on here either as a free or paid subscriber. I really do appreciate your support, and I really do look forward to connecting with all of you. Now, here on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, we sometimes pull runes, tarot cards, Lenormand cards, oracle cards, but we always look first into the astrological heavens to see what planetary and celestial energies will be affecting us as a collective. Today, February 28th, closes out one of the most extraordinary months of 2026, which will act like a catalyst to propel us into the rest of the year. We were presented with dark revelations which caused many in the collective to awaken and shift, and then we experienced the astrological aspects to help us deal with and integrate these massive shifts. We had the new moon, a solar eclipse, and the beginning of the Chinese Year of the Fire Horse. These all occurred on February the 17th, and possibly the most significant transit, the most rare of the month, was on February 28th, February 20th, 21st, when Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries, and that is often referred to as the Great Reset. So, with all of this said, the posse of angels and I are wishing you a very happy March for tomorrow. And because it will be the first day of the month tomorrow, remember to say out loud, rabbit, 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 to bring in luck, fertility, and abundance. So happy March to everyone. Of course, the energy that will be with us all month will be under the umbrella of Mercury retrograde, which may cause us lovely mental fog, frustration in halted projects, miscommunications, causing technology to go loopy, and in general causing our lives to slow down. Please remember to back up your technology. If you are traveling, please do check and recheck your travel plans. And if signing any legal documents or contracts, try and postpone it till mid-April. Now, the posse of angels and I have said on previous videos that we know that life cannot stop. And if you have to sign a contract or an agreement, a document, please do get a pair of legal eyes, maybe 2 or 3 legal eyes, to really go over those documents and make sure all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed. And you're signing on something that you truly do wish to go forward with. Coming up on March the 2nd, we will have Mars, the planet of action, the planet of courage, ambition, pursuing our goals. It will be entering the flowing, intuitive realm of Pisces, which shifts us in subtle and deeply emotional ways. When the warrior like planet of Mars, which is assertive, it's very driven, when it's in Pisces, it softens and allows itself to receive direction directly through its feelings. Motivation turns from things like determination and competition and winning to being motivated to create and heal. And while this opens avenues to allowing ourselves to be intuitively guided rather than logically and rationally driven, it can cause some people stress. Mars in Pisces doesn't flourish under strict, rigid schedules and following rules, but it asks for a more fluid approach. This is when we need to exhibit patience and things like trust and faith and ways to use our imagination rather than pushing outcomes. And while this might be great for those who love accompanying their artistic muse to create and just flow with their imaginations, it can be downright frustrating for those who are very linear, who don't function well without following a precise set of stringent rules and directions. Now, on that following day, March the 3rd, we have a total lunar eclipse in the full moon of Virgo. This one is a south node eclipse, which is highlighting themes of releasing, letting go, and culminations, which often bring hidden issues to light. This eclipse also focuses on our health routines and releasing things like perfectionism, control, and self criticism. Again, going with the flow is a big theme this month, especially with the often frustration and frustrating energies of Mercury retrograde and Pisces asking us to be reflective and introspective. Now, the posse of angels, my angelic family, wish to remind us all that with our awakening and evolution, many in the collective will be stepping into new identities in the coming months, and therefore, any self doubts about our self worth and not being good enough, well, they simply cannot come with us into our new positions. From a higher perspective, this eclipse can be seen as a bridge between Pisces' deep feeling energies, dissolving anything that makes us doubt ourselves, and the action oriented initiating fire of Aries in just only 20 days. And I don't know about you, but I am excited for a new zodiacal year to start. The new zodiacal wheel, which always starts off with Aries. Then, coming up on March the 6th, we have Venus, the lovely planet of love and beauty, harmony, diplomacy, justice, and truth, entering this fiery, determined sign of Aries. And this combination sparks bold, passionate energy when it comes to our relationships. It could make us more impulsive, spontaneous, able to boldly express ourselves. Well, the posse of angels is sharing that this is certainly and can lead us into being affected in romance. But for others, it might ignite us to passionately go after what we desire in business and finance. This believing in ourselves energy will be great for those who are presented with offers and opportunities to negotiate those contracts as they step into their new roles. Now, this energy is certainly not for the faint hearted, as it will make many feel a burning urge to bravely step forward, to dare to take a leap of faith, going after something that their heart truly desires. All in all, the posse of angels is saying that if we all could just hold on a little bit longer, life will be a whole lot brighter and open wonderful doors of possibilities that we have been waiting for and the miracles that are coming in. They wish to address those who feel that this is an impossibility, as many people have lost their hope and purpose in regard to the revelations of crimes against humanity. There are those like myself who have known of hidden darkness for a very long time, yet there are others who are just finding out about it now. And while there are many who never really get used to this level of depravity and evil, once we become aware of it, the initial shock turns into knowledge, and then eventually, it's hard to believe, but we will become stronger because of it. The reason for this, no matter who you are, and they're saying you were chosen to incarnate in this prophesied time of disclosure because of your inner strength, your courage, your bravery, although you may not feel very brave at this time. There are many who feel a great urgency to start YouTube channels, podcasts, to be very vocal about their outrage in reporting what is transpiring. And there are others who prefer to keep an inner energy of quiet strength and fortitude, holding their highest of frequencies, prayers of peace, compassion, forgiveness, and love, especially for the victims and their families. And then there are others who fall between these two. The posse of angels is assuring us that everyone, no matter what you choose to do, everyone at this time, everyone is doing their very, very best and doing an amazing job at whatever they choose to do. The softness and self reflective time of Pisces is greatly helping us through this. The posse of angels is sharing that as we move through March, as more and more corruption is revealed, the infrastructure of the darkness is crumbling. With our evolved and elevated consciousness, more and more awakened people are able to clearly see the dark agenda's symbols in the areas of film, TV, media, music, sporting events, concerts, politics, and the worshiping of celebrities and rich, influential, powerful people. By seeing their agenda being exposed, the posse of angels is sharing that what is happening in the collective is that our shock and our horror are slowly being turned into a reignited fire within us. While this shock may initially be felt as anger, for many this rage will light a fire and feel like a regaining of our independence and an inner vow of never allowing anything to ever diminish and deceive us ever again. And they are saying we will never allow ourselves to become too distracted, too unfocused, and too preoccupied by anyone or the attainment of anything that we will allow our sovereignty to be hijacked. As we get closer to Aries season, with this newfound empowerment growing within us, many in the collective will feel an overwhelming urge to take action. This energy within to act will draw others who are aligned with us and have the same fire within. And the posse of angels is sharing that it is this new urgency of fire that will burn away corruption. Now, they're also sharing that we are not only winning, but the light has already won. Otherwise, we would not be seeing all of these dark revelations. It is this present incarnated collective of spiritual warriors who will have the courage and the bravery, resilience, the heart, and most of all, the love of God to see this mission through. Nothing else is more important, and many of us have known this for a very long time. In fact, the posse of angels is assuring us that it is this very momentous time in human history on this once hijacked planet that will be spoken about. It will be sung in great hymns and songs. It will be retold in incredulous stories of the time that an awakened collective changed and transformed the course of life for those on planet Earth. No more will we allow them to separate us against each other and deceive us into selling our souls for things like money, status, fame, influence, or anything else. No longer distracted and blinded as to what was shown to us in plain sight. It is we, with our focused intentions of unity, peace, and love, that will bring this planet into the golden era of light. For we now realize that we are the ones that we were always waiting for. For additional messages, the posse of angels directed me to the wisdom of the animals. And the first card that came out for us today is number 7, and it's Mr. Skunk. And his message is reputation. Now, the posse of angels is sharing that because the consciousness was so very low on the planet, that the old currency in which this planet operated was through deception, corruption, and blackmail, and that it didn't matter what a person did. If they had enough money or influence, they could get away with whatever they wanted to. But with the rising of consciousness, the most respected currency is no longer money, but it is now integrity, honesty, and reputation. When we are scrupulous with our words and actions, we create an unshakable sense of self, which simply cannot be bought and it simply cannot be compromised. Because our foundation of who we are is not dependent on a need for approval or to get others to recognize us, our sovereignty of our self-esteem permeates our energy field and is instantly recognized on an extrasensory level by others. The collective has seen firsthand how, with the raising of the consciousness on the planet, that nothing can be hidden anymore and all becomes transparent. Believe it or not, the more we practice skunk medicine, the more charismatic we become. Now, it's not because we create a stink, but it's because our spotless reputation of honesty and integrity that will be most alluring and the greatest commodity to awakened people after being shown the crumbling of the world of disreputable, dishonest people selling their souls. So thank you, Mr. Skunk, for coming in. And the next card we have is number 11, the Moose. And the Moose card has the message of self-esteem. It's building beautifully on the message of reputation with our skunk. And we have the cards of 7-11, which is very fortunate, very lucky. When we have a spotless reputation, absolutely spotless, we just show up as our transparent, authentic selves. And then we're free to use our voice and self-expression, just like Mr. Moose, to proudly bellow who we are to the world. Again, this is not about seeking any kind of approval, but rather an overwhelming, spontaneous joy within ourselves to share our expression with the world. Moose medicine comes from living through and experience many, many seasons of ups and downs, challenges, triumphs, to now sport such an impressive large set of antlers. Having gone through the turbulence of life's lessons and experiences, if we are clever, we don't become resentful, we don't become bitter, but we turn our knowledge into wisdom, to utilize it to be of service to ourselves and others along our path. This card comes out when we have accomplished something of great note along our journey. There's a new sense of self, what the posse of angels and I have referred to as our new identity, and a feeling of pride in having lived through the great awakening here on planet Earth. And then the posse of angels directed me to this deck, the Witching Hour Oracle, in which the cards align with tarot cards. Our first card that they directed to come out was this one. Number 37, it's a number 1. It's a card of new beginnings, leadership, fresh starts, and it's crossing the veil. And the message is mourning, Mourning, which is also the 8 of Cups in tarot. And it reminds me of last week's card that came out first, which was the Heartbreak card. After the initial heartbreak of shock and horror, of what was revealed to the collective during the past weeks, many are now in a state of mourning, and with some feeling really deep betrayal, sorrow, and sadness. There are many movement cards in tarot, and though the Eight of Cups is also a movement card, um, it is the one that shows an ending, a very desolate wasteland in which nothing is growing anymore. And the only way out of this desolation is to make movement to a brighter and more helpful tomorrow, which is waiting for us to move to on the horizon. The Eight of Cups is one of those cards that ask us to feel our feelings, perfect for Pisces season, and emotionally prepare ourselves to walk away from our current situation, although many times we have no idea where we are physically moving towards. But it is here that the posse of angels is saying that if this is you, if you have this feeling that you'll be moving on, you don't know where you're going, then in preparation for God and the angels to show you clearly where to move to, we need to tend to our part again by making emotional movement through finding peace, compassion, forgiveness, closure where we are, especially love for ourselves and our current situations. So that's why the morning card came out first. Then next we have number 9, Secret Trail, which is the card of ascension. And this card is directly related to the Fool card in tarot. This is the confirmation that the more we proceed into March and walk away from anything that did not serve us, we will most definitely be shown an opportunity or offer, perhaps a new career path or job that will bring in a new beginning for us to flourish in, to find our inspiration, our motivation, and most of all, our hope once again. While this will be something that will be divinely created just for us to pursue, it will be up to us to take that leap of faith, to be able to take advantage of it. That leap of faith could be that it is the perfect opportunity but it will entail us having to move to another country. It could be that it's in an area that we have never worked in before, but we have all the skills to more than accomplish the work. Receiving this card means that new opportunities will be available to you that few will ever enjoy. And remember, because it's fated and destined, there is no competition for it. There never has been. The next card coming out for us is number 40. The 4 is a card of stability, security, strong foundation, and its message, as above, so below, has to do with manifestation. This is the Magician card in tarot. While many people know the saying, as above, so below, many may not know that the second line is, as within, so without, meaning that our internal landscape or our energy creates our external life, very much like the laws of cause and effect. Having dealt with our emotions, mourned what we needed to, and found our emotional ballast once more, as much as we can after the shocking revelations, we can once again focus on what we most desire in our hearts and focus our attention on its appearing in our realities. This is indeed a fortuitous card because it portends a financial windfall, or an opportunity, like the career or job offer that was mentioned, that will lead to significant financial growth. And I did peek under the deck, and this card came out. The card number 5, the card of change, the invitation, and its message is simply yes. This is the Chariot in the tarot. This is the card of triumph, victory, rewards, promotions, recognition. It's confirmation that what you wished for will happen, but most probably not in the way you expected it to happen. Nothing is too big and nothing is too improbable for the universe. But just like the Fool card, we must decide to claim it with our free will. The universe can't force you to say yes to a job interview. They can't force you to say yes to a date or invest in ourselves by collaborating in a business partnership. This is confirmation that opportunities will be opening up and that the path that would be presented to you is the right path, and all you need to do is say yes. Let's go to our Rumi Oracle. Love these little cards. I wanted to pick one, but two jumped out. This one kind of looks like a Van Gogh painting. Is beyond the threshold of fear. It is your fear holding you back, like a bar behind a door. Your relationship with fear is changing. No more shall it hold you in its thrall. You're becoming able to observe it, to experience it, to have compassionate wisdom rather than resistance. Again, going with the flow. Oh, what a spiritual marathon that you have been running. Now the end is in sight. The power that you used to give to fear is now transformed to your extraordinary heart. Now is transferred, to your extraordinary heart. And the second one that came out is this one. Beautiful colors in that. And it's the wishing, whirling goddess. Certain thresholds can only be crossed with the heart. Both of these, focusing on our heart. Maybe that's why I'm wearing the color green today, because green is the color of the heart chakra. You are being asked to trust rather than understand, so that you may leave the past behind. This whole month of Pisces is about feeling our emotions so that we can find closure, so that when Aries season comes, we are clear and cleansed and healed and come to a place of unconditional love, forgiveness, and compassion, especially for ourselves and others, to then move on. Let me read that again. Certain thresholds can only be crossed with the heart. You are being asked to trust rather than understand, so that you may leave the past behind you and embrace the beauty of your life's journey. You are ready now. So do take this month of Pisces, really feel what you need to feel, because unless we feel things, we just intellectualize it and we never really find closure. We never acknowledge it, thank it, bless it, to be able then to release it. And that's what I do with clients in my healing sessions, for them to get over trauma and to find those hidden, trapped emotions that are keeping them on a cycle of self-doubt, low self-worth, not feeling that they're good enough. Let's end with some divine feathers. And here we have two. Again, I wanted to pick one, but two popped out. The first one is our friend the ostrich. And he says the choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. Again, a reference to our heart. And then we had canary pop out as well. Step forward now and sing your song. There is power in finding your voice. Both of these are about stepping forward, leading with your heart. So much of this channel today is about our hearts really feeling things in this Pisces season as we move then into Aries, so that we'll be squeaky clean as we go into a new zodiacal cycle. I hope all of that has been helpful for you. Remember that Walk in Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom airs every week on Saturdays. And if you want more information on my #1 Amazon International bestsellers, my best-selling books, my healing services, my angel tarot card readings, all of those things, please do go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. And all of that information is in the description box underneath this video. Go out, everyone, and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. I'm wishing you love, and as always, angel blessings. I look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.